its strength? And can you loosen the cords of Orion? God is saying, Job, you're trying to understand me, but I'm beyond understanding. You're trying to figure out why, but I'm showing you who I am. The teaching point here is that God doesn't owe us any explanations. Family, listen. God doesn't owe any of us an explanation. Instead, He gives us revelation. He doesn't always need to reveal the reason, but He always reveals Himself. Sometimes we want God to tell us why that person left. Why did that happen? Why do I have to wait? Where is my breakthrough? But instead of giving us reasons, God gives us revelation of His nature. He says, I am faithful, I am sovereign, I am just, I am holy, I am merciful, and I am with you. So everything shifts when Job hears from God. And Job becomes humble. After God finishes speaking to Job, Job is very overwhelmed. And in Job 42, he responds, I know you can do all things. This is Job responding to God in Job chapter 42. I know you can do all things. No purpose of yours can be thwarted. Then Job says, I had heard of you with the hearing of the ear, but now my eyes have seen you. In other words, before I knew about you, but now I know you deeply. The restoration, God redeems the story. And God didn't just speak to Job, He restored Job. The Bible says God blessed Job more in the latter days than in the beginning. He received double for his trouble. He lived a long life. He saw generations of his family, and the end of his story was greater than the beginning. Your story isn't over. Your suffering isn't the end of your chapter. It's the setup for the next one. Here's your message for today. Job waited, and at the right time, God answered. You may feel like you've been waiting for healing, waiting for restoration, waiting for direction, waiting for your kingdom spouse, waiting for the promise, waiting for God to move on your behalf. But God moves at the right time. He's not early and He's not late. He's just right on time. Ecclesiastes says He makes all things, or He makes everything beautiful in His time. Job didn't know God was getting ready to speak. Job didn't know God was preparing restoration, and he didn't know a whirlwind was coming. And neither do you. But when God answers, everything changes. I want to tell someone today, you are not forgotten, you are not abandoned. God has heard every prayer, He has seen every tear, and when the time is right, just like Job, God is going to show up in your whirlwind. And when He does, you won't just get an explanation, you'll get revelation, you'll get restoration, and you'll get peace and understanding. And you'll say like Job, Lord, now my eyes have seen you. Thank you for watching, family. If this message encouraged you, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because someone else needs this word today. Stay blessed, stay encouraged, and remember, God's silence is not absence, and everything is beautiful in His timing. Thank you.